the collapse of the Republican mainstream. That's what I'd like to talk about today. As we look forward to the 2016 presidential elections, who are the Republicans going to nominate? The Republican Party is traditionally, because of its conservative nature, been an almost monarchical party. There is always a designated heir apparent who the establishment supports, and that candidate almost always wins the nomination, usually after a fierce fight, but he wins it. Dewey begat Eisenhower, Eisenhower begat Nixon, Nixon begat Ford, Reagan lost to Ford, and then it was Reagan's turn. Reagan begat Bush, Bush begat Bush, literally. But then the problem was there was no natural successor to Bush. McCain lost to Bush, so he became the successor who ran the next time. And then Romney lost to McCain, so he became the successor in 2008. It's really a line of succession, which is almost British monarchical in nature. But there is no line of succession now. Romney isn't going to be able to come back. Perry could come back, but he was so discredited in the last election, it's going to be hard for him to do it. The obvious establishment candidates for the GOP mainstream were Christie and Bush, Jeb Bush, and maybe Perry. But they're all very flawed. In yesterday's video, we discussed Christie's prospects, and my conclusion is that he's been fatally damaged. Jeb Bush hurt himself very badly when he said that illegal immigration was an act of love. And he's been kind of squishy on Obamacare, and he's the author, one of the authors of the Common Core curriculum, increasingly called Obamacore, which is becoming a huge issue among Republican and conservative parents. I don't see him being able to get this nomination, and frankly, I don't see him running. And as I said, Perry, the other centrist, probably can't rehabilitate himself. Now, on the right, you have Tea Party candidates. You have Cruz, who's really the front runner for that, Rand Paul, who's kind of quasi-Tea Party, quasi-libertarian, and Marco Rubio. And then undetermined, we don't know where they are Jindal, the governor of Louisiana, Scott Walker, the governor of Wisconsin, and John Kasich, the governor of Ohio. And there might be other candidates that get added to that list. But the question is, who's going to step up and be the mainstream establishment candidate? That's going to be a very difficult question to answer. And until Jeb Bush gets out of the race and the Christie controversy comes down, either pro-Christie or anti-Christie, it's going to be hard to assign that berth. Most likely what will happen, I think, is that Rubio will move more to the center, or Scott Walker or John Kasich, one of the governors, will come in and become the establishment candidate. My own personal preference is Scott Walker. I think that his record in Wisconsin has been extraordinary. I think his crippling of the teachers' union, his steadfastness in the face of the union pressure is absolutely wonderful. And he's really been a role model for what governors can achieve. Christie used to be that, but I think Walker has kind of taken his place. But in any case, the real question here is who is going to be the mainstream Republican candidate? And at the moment, they're running very short of options. Thanks for watching.